Getting you ready for game time. Join me, Sal from Behind the Arc Basketball, as I announce play-by-play. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe, because now we're about to go live. Entering the pregame, we now present Sal from Behind the Arc Basketball. And what's good, everyone? Happy Friday night in a wild first round here. Just some crazy games going down. We got a good battle taking place in the 8-9 matchup. The UConn Huskies, two-time defending champions, taking on the number 9 seed, the Oklahoma Sooners. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and how about them Cats as well? Big win for Jason's Big Blue Nation, Kentucky Wildcats. That game has gone to final 76-57. Kentucky dominated Troy. Marquette, New Mexico coming down to the wire. I'll keep you guys posted on that score. Arizona looking pretty good right now, up by 18 over Akron. In a couple minutes from now, we will tip off around 6 minutes from now. We will tip off UConn 23-10 overall, 14-6 in the Big East. Dan Hurley in year number 7 with the program, and UConn's getting red hot recently. 5-1 in their previous 6 games right now for the Huskies, the top shot blocking team in the nation. Top 10 in free throw shooting percentage this year for UConn. The defense has slipped back this season, but here's the time to reset that top 5 preseason projection right now, as they were riding the ship in the right direction for UConn, and an opportunity to see if they can make a deep run in the tournament, prove everybody wrong, and see if they can really get far for this Huskies team, which has underwhelmed and underperformed this year. Oklahoma snuck into the bracket, 6-12 in the SEC, 20-13 this year. They started off red hot, 13-0. They went 7-13 ever since. Porter Moser still looking for his first win here in the tournament for Oklahoma. This is the first appearance with Oklahoma in the tournament, but he was at Loyola Chicago, took the Ramblers to the Final Four back in 2018. And this is a team that likes to get to the free throw line a lot. They will look to see if they can put their opponents into foul trouble. So it's going to be a fun matchup today. I think we're going to be in store for a close game here today between these two teams. What's good, Alex? Welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Tomorrow, I'm out throughout most of the day. I got a lacrosse game throughout the afternoon. I'm probably going to do one stream tomorrow, and that will be Gonzaga against Houston at 8:40 tomorrow. So I'm hoping to cover one game tomorrow, Gonzaga against Houston, later tomorrow night. And wow, Corey Floyd coming back to Providence. There we go. So who was it? Alan Breed. Alan Breed, I believe he's on the McNeese State team with Will Wade that beat Clemson yesterday for Allen Breed. Wow, 40-18 rebounds for Arizona. They're just dominating Akron currently. 68-50 Arizona up against Akron. This Marquette, New Mexico game, I've been watching this one for quite a bit of time. It's wild. New Mexico with a 6-point lead, 67-61, 2:24 left to play in that game. And we are 4 minutes away from tip-off. Tip-off at 9:32 p.m. Eastern time for this game. Oklahoma and UConn taking place as we'll see how both of these teams fare in this matchup here. I think it's going to be really close for these two teams. If you guys are new to the channel, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit us up in the chat who you guys like for this one, UConn or Oklahoma. Bottom tier to SEC in this tournament, not doing so hot right now. Tough day for the SEC, especially the teams in the bottom part of the conference. Let's see what's gone down in the SEC so far. Maryland had a dominating win after we closed off that Ole Miss North Carolina game. Maryland dominated Grand Canyon from start to finish. Over in the SEC, this is what's happened in the tournament. Auburn won, Florida won, Alabama won. Wasn't easy though. Robert Morris gave them a fight today. Tennessee won. Texas A&M beat Yale. Ole Miss, that was a squeaker. North Carolina was down by 22, almost came back. Ole Miss able to squeak it out and win. Kentucky won. And then you get the bottom half of the SEC here. Mizzou, they're ousted from the tournament. Lost against Drake yesterday. Arkansas beat Kansas, so they're still around. Mississippi State lost this afternoon against Baylor. Georgia got crushed by Gonzaga. Vanderbilt lost a heartbreaker to St. Mary's. And then Texas got bounced out in the first 4. So that's what we've looked like so far from the SEC. The bottom not faring too well. And the top doing really well so far out of the SEC. And Oklahoma, 6-12 in the SEC, 20-13 right now. This is going to be a big test going up against Dan Hurley's UConn Huskies. Though Oklahoma does have 6 neutral court wins. That's top 3 in the nation for most neutral court wins. And UConn on the other side's had some issues on neutral court. They lost a couple of heartbreakers to teams they shouldn't have lost to. Colorado, Memphis out in the Maui Invitational back on Thanksgiving break for them. This is how the Big East has done so far. St. John's won. Creighton beat Louisville pretty handily yesterday. Marquette right now not looking so hot here. 69-61 New Mexico. New Mexico just scored. Minute 45 left. Looks like Marquette's going to get bounced out of the bracket. Xavier will take on Illinois later tonight around 10 o'clock. Hey, there we go. Jay Ramirez moving up in the standings. Dale, welcome back in. He's got UConn. Bryce has got UConn as well. Pringle, welcome back on board. And, yeah, Marquette, time's winding down. Shaka Smart, another tournament that his team gets bounced out early. That's just a shame right there. Cam Jones, an All-American this year, and he's barely done anything in this game today. So Shaka Smart, minus Tyler Kolek, has never won a first-round matchup since VCU, I believe. That's crazy. I don't believe he's won a first-round matchup without Tyler Kolek being his point guard. Yeah, New Mexico with a possession arrow too. Minute 27 left in that game. New Mexico up 69-61. Winner of Oklahoma, UConn will take on Florida, as Florida beat Norfolk State. So that's what's at stake here. Yeah, it's do spend quite a bit of energy, so it's by the time we get to nighttime or so I do get a little bit tired. I had to work on my prep for my baseball game I'm covering on Sunday. So I got Stonehill's roster done. I'm going to have to wake up at 7 in the morning tomorrow and see if I can get Maryland Eastern Shores prepped. Duke Miles, Jeremiah Fears, Bryson Goodine. He's representing the Whaling City out of New Bedford, Massachusetts. Jalen Moore, Mohamed Waggy, the starting five for Oklahoma, going up against Hassan Diarra, Solomon Ball, Liam McNeely, Alex Caraban, and Samson Johnson for UConn. Tomorrow I'll be back later tomorrow night, so I'm hoping to cover Gonzaga, Houston tomorrow. Oklahoma goes in maroon uniforms for this matchup. White numbers, white letters. They are led by a freshman, Jeremiah Fears, putting up big numbers this season. We'll see how he responds, though. First ever NCAA tournament game going up against the defending champs. This is a high-pressure environment out here, but an outstanding first year for Jeremiah Fears. 17-point per game score this year from Joliet, Illinois. UConn, white jerseys, dark blue numbers, dark blue letters. The quest for 3 in a row for the Huskies begins right now in the tournament with a fresh slate, and for Oklahoma, 6-12 in the SEC, looking to see if they can outplay expectations here in this NCAA tournament. Oklahoma down low, and they get blocked at the rim by UConn just like that. The number one blocking team in the nation with Samson Johnson makes an impact in the first possession. UConn, first possession of the night. Top of the key, McNeely slides it over to Johnson at the right wing. Johnson moves it on top to Diarra. This should be a really good game. UConn, a 5.5-point favorite on the spread. Johnson towards his left. Handoff Caraban. Caraban lob deflected. A loose ball hits the deck. 3 in the shot clock. McNeely gets it away. Deep range 3, no good. Off the mark by UConn in the first shot attempt in the night by Hassan Diarra. Oklahoma going quick. They lost the handle of it inside the key. Turnover. Hassan Diarra came up with a steal. Caraban will slow it down. Scoreless in the opening minute. Diarra dribbles up inside the key. Floats up the runner. Got it to go. Good for 2. UConn on the board first. It's Hassan Diarra, the senior out of Queens. Oklahoma rushing their pace right now. Led by a first-year point guard, Jeremiah Fears. It's unfamiliar territory going up against the defending champions. Jalen Moore bricked the 3 from the corner. Rebound control by UConn. Solo ball towards his left and the outside. Ball defended one-on-one around the perimeter. Slides it off to Samson Johnson. Johnson, handoff to McNeely. McNeely drives, attacks the paint. McNeely right to the rim. He scores. Up and in off the backboard. 4-zip UConn. Oklahoma now will slow it down. They know that they've got some issues handling the basketball. In the first minute and a half, they're going to slow it down here. Bryson Goodine, representing New Bedford, Massachusetts, the Whaling City. Out to the left wing to Jalen Moore. Jeremiah Fears has it now. Fears at the top. Fears drives downhill. Fears with a runner, and he gets contacted and fouled. 2 shots coming up here at the free throw line for Jeremiah Fears. So we're just getting started. First minutes through action right now in the first 2 minutes. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. 30+ watching. Let's keep on growing. Let's keep this stream moving tonight in the uptick. Dan Hurley. Oh, man. He's in shock right there with his facial expressions. The first shot of the game by, we see Dan Hurley on the side. First free throw is good by Fears. Thanks for the update, Jeffrey. Yeah, Jaylen Brown's been in and out of the lineup recently. Second shot good by Fears. 4-2 UConn. New Mexico is about to stun Marquette. 74-63 New Mexico. About to pull off the 10-7 upset over Marquette. So Mountain West, a big day today, going 2-0 after a slow start, going 0-2 yesterday, bouncing back today. UConn with the ball. Hassan Diarra, top of the key off to Johnson. Samson Johnson, handoff Caraban. Caraban, runner, connects on it. Good for 2 by Alex Caraban. Alex Caraban representing the Bay State, Southborough, Massachusetts, right outside Worcester, Mass. in the 495 belt. Jumper mid-range misfired by Jalen Moore out of Gardendale, Alabama. UConn with possession. McNeely at the left wing. McNeely attacking the paint off the spin move. Dump off. Samson Johnson up and in off the glass. Good start here for the Huskies. John, what's good? Welcome back in. Thanks for joining in. Samson Johnson making a solid impact so far. 77% field goal percentage shooter this year. That is high quality. Catch and fire 3 from the outside. Missed off the mark by Bryson Goodine. Deflected out of bounds. Samson Johnson tried to track it down at the baseline. I believe it's going to stay Utah ball. Yeah, you guys, the legends, MVPs in the stream. Wouldn't be, this channel wouldn't be it if it wasn't for you guys out there. We got some crazy numbers in the last stream, too. Selection Sunday was insane. I looked at the viewership, and we had like 2,000 people plus in the chat at one point when I was doing the bracket reveal. So this will stay UConn ball, actually. This will be UConn ball. So Oklahoma last touch day. UConn with a dominant lead so far, 8-2 right out of the gate. Just able to connect on looks, high efficiency. Leah McNeely, top of the key for the Huskies. Moves it off to the right, catch and fire, 3 by Ball, missed off the mark, no good, and Oklahoma out of the pack here with a defensive rebound. Jeremiah Fierce, triple teamed inside the paint, kick out to the corner. Duke Miles, corner 3, around the rim and out, tipped up the Caravan for the defensive rebound. Oklahoma's not finding their shot here. 35% perimeter defense by UConn, ranking around the 280s this year. Oklahoma from 3, been a pretty solid team, top 40 at 37% from 3. But right now, Oklahoma tossing up bricks to start off this one. Handoff, 3 in the air. Good by UConn. Leah McNeely from downtown. 11-2 here for the Huskies. First 4 minutes into action. What's good? That part, welcome back in. Bradley, welcome back in the stream. Yeah, Gonzaga smashed Georgia yesterday. Gonzaga's really underseeded. They should not be an 8 seed. I thought they should have got either a 6 or a 7, more so a 6, because their analytics are through the roof. It's, yeah, they didn't weigh their schedule by the committee properly. That's most likely the case, and they underseeded them because they are much greater than an 8, are much better than an 8 seed. That's not your typical 8 seed right there for Gonzaga. So I did pick Houston in that game to win as McNeely backs his way down low. McNeely double team, shovel pass Johnson, back to McNeely. On the outside, finds Ball. Ball drives, attacks the paint, tripped up, and fouled here. This will stop the clock to the first time out. 15-13 left to go. Yeah, it's one of the underwhelming Gonzaga teams, but they are always, like, well prepared when it comes to the tournament. Like, they always, like, are able to flip the switch and figure it out when it comes to the tournament every single year. Arizona looking good against Akron, 84-57. I thought that was going to be like a 100 to 80-something game. That's much under than what I anticipated. Arizona got their points, but Akron did not, with just 57. And yeah, Marquette stumbled. Marquette stumbled once again. 75-66, New Mexico beat Marquette. So right now to the first time out, if you guys are new on the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I'll be back live later tomorrow. I'm out throughout the first part of the day. I get a game tomorrow I'm covering for college lacrosse. I still got prep to do for baseball. Then I'm covering a game on Sunday for college baseball too. So I'll be back for one stream tomorrow. It's going to be Houston against Gonzaga at 8:40 p.m. tomorrow night. And then I don't know what I'm doing yet on Sunday. I get a baseball game at 12. I'm announcing at Stonehill at 12. They're playing against Maryland Eastern Shore. The thing is that Maryland Eastern Shore last year for baseball went 0-48. And the ERA of some of these pitchers is above 10-15. So I'm preparing myself that this may be a 4 or 5 hour game. They played the first game today. Stonehill actually lost that game, I think 13-4 or so. I saw some of the games that have been played. They're like in the 20s for some of these games for runs, which that would put at like a 4 or 5 hour game when you use like 10-11 pitchers or so. So I'm not gonna schedule a stream on Sunday until I get home, but I'm gonna do probably an evening stream on Sunday, like a 7 or an 8 o'clock. The game starts at 12. Then I'm covering for baseball, but I'm not going to schedule any 5 o'clock stream in case it goes like extra innings into like the 15th inning or something like that, or if it's the pitchers can't pitch the ball over the plate and it's like 20-15 15 or something for runs. Yeah, so Marquette recently, this is what they've done in the tournament under Shaka Smart. 2022 got smashed against North Carolina, 95-63. 2023 beat Vermont. 2024, they went to the Sweet 16, lost to NC State. Went to the second round in 2023. $11-4 right now to the first media break, as we're about to come back to action. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and welcome in everybody for joining in for this one. UConn underneath the hoop, about to get the inbounds. Lob off the fingertips of Samson Johnson, gets stolen away by Oklahoma. Oklahoma numbers 3-on-1, up the floor, they score, up and it off the backboard. That is Bryson Goodine. Bryson Goodine started off his collegiate career playing at UMass. Transferred over to Oklahoma. Out in New Bedford, south coast of Massachusetts. I'm going over that way tomorrow, heading over to UMass Dartmouth to announce a game. McNeely, hand off to Johnson. Johnson, top of the free throw circle. Hand off to Caravan. Caravan on the 495 belt. He lives in Southborough. Hand off. Caravan, a three. Off the mark, no good. Offensive rebound. Johnson as he got stumbled and tripped up. That's a foul charge to Duke Miles of Oklahoma. Wow, you got the sunset. Oh, I got you there. Yeah, I was gonna say 9:45 right now. The sun already set tonight, but yeah, no problem. I got you there for tomorrow. That's now the second foul charge to Duke Miles of Oklahoma. Inbound in the backcourt. Solo ball tracks it down. Check that. It's 11-6. It's 11-6. Oklahoma had a couple bucks. I think I miscalculated that or so. Didn't change theirs. 11-6 right now. UConn by 5. McNeely looking for the lob. Oklahoma scored. Oklahoma out in transition here. Look at the score as they're the 1-on-2. Get it blocked underneath the hoop by Ball. Back outside a 3. No good. Around the rim and out. Missed by Oklahoma. Rebound secured here by McNeely. McNeely looks to push it on top. 11-6 UConn. Double team sent at the low block, and the foul charge to Oklahoma. That's now their third as a team. Yeah, Oklahoma's been really inefficient right now. That's a problem because they average above 80 points per game. They're a top 80, or they're a top 50 team in scoring. They're around the 260s though in points allowed for them. So this is not a good start for Oklahoma here. Yikes, Oklahoma not knowing who they want to substitute in and out. That's an issue. Muhammad Waggy finally comes into the game. So a little bit of a substitution gaffe there for Oklahoma as they were holding up the officials at the scorer's table, and they finally got their substitution right. Inbound all the way to the backcourt to UConn. And what the hell happened here? Did the ball go out of bounds off the inbound off UConn? What in the world? Ooh! Dan Hurley ain't going to be pleased about that. That inbound touched the near side. Next to the scorer's table, went out of bounds. UConn chucked it all the way to the opposite side of the backcourt for an inbound, and the ball sailed out of bounds before it even landed in the court of play. The first bounce it took, it landed out of bounds right next to the scorer's table. 11-6. UConn either way gets the basketball back. Oklahoma right now just can't get anything going, gelling offensively. Caravan off the dribble handoff. Caravan sends it outside the ball. Solo ball over to his right to Caravan. Bounce pass, low block. Skip pass, left wing, catch and fire. 3 for the Huskies. Misfired off the backer by Diarra. On the run out, here goes Oklahoma. They get stripped out of bounds, and it's off the Sooners. Number 14, Jalen Moore got it stripped, and it went out of bounds off of him. Hassan Diarra making a big play right there, swiping Jalen Moore. The referees ruled that it was out of bounds off Moore. 2 turnovers now for Oklahoma. Jalen Moore is going to take a seat on the bench. It seems like it's a lot more turnovers for the Sooners. This is a reckless game that they played so far right now, having a lot of issues handling the basketball. Arizona is crushing Akron 90-59 currently. At the corner, it is solo ball. Lob at the low block spin cycle here. Tarris Reed puts up the shot, no good. Tip back to the perimeter, catch and fire. 3 for UConn. They got it. Aiden Mahaney to transfer from SMC St. Mary's as he buries the triple. Huskies right now by 8. Yeah, they may very well embarrass this Oklahoma team tonight. Oklahoma not in the groove in this game. Fears attacks the paint. Or that is Ellis up and it off the backboard. Number 1 for the Sooners. Oklahoma was playing their best basketball back in November. Around Thanksgiving. That's when UConn was playing their worst basketball. Losses to Memphis and Colorado. Huskies on fire recently. 5-1 in their previous 6. Only loss came in the Big East tournament to Creighton. Pivot inside, right-handed baby hook. They got it a drop good for a 2 by Tarris Reed. It's been a 6-man option off the bench, averaging just under 10 points per game this season for Tarris Reed. UConn's doubling up Oklahoma. Sooners jack up a contested 3. Fears open up the bank. Cha-ching. That's a saving 3 right there for the Sooners. 16-11. Jeremiah Fears got 7. Mahaney. Hand off the solo ball around the perimeter. 11.5 left to go in the first. Back to Mahaney. Mahaney dribbles up inside the key. Mahaney, no good. Left it off the top of the glass. Waggy collects the defensive rebound. Here goes the Sooners looking to push it. Spin cycle. Oh, there's a strong drive to the cup. They scored a layup. Jeremiah Fears, 9 of 13 so far this game for the Sooners. Right in it because of Jeremiah Fears at the moment. Perfect 3 for 3 from the floor. The freshman showing up right now. UConn with the ball. Top of the key, Mahaney. Mahaney dribbles at the left wing. Outside finds Tarris Reed. Reed backs his way off a double team. Gets the way solo ball. Extra pass. Caravan. Open 3. No good. Missed it. That's a rare miss there from the perimeter. Watch out for the big fella. Throwing it down with a 2 and then flush by Tarris Reed. Where's the defense by Oklahoma? Non-existent right now to begin this game. UConn just cleaning up everything. Sooners down by 5 with possession. 10.5 left to go in the first. Jeremiah Fears, top of the key. Fears, crossover, drives him Mahaney inside the paint. Fears, no good off the glass. Tipped up, offensive rebound, back to Fears. Kick out, corner 3, they got it. Bullseye by Glenn Taylor, a senior out of Las Vegas. Here we go, it's only a 2-point game right now. Oklahoma, a couple second chance opportunities, able to drop. Mahaney finds Alex Caravan. Top of the key with Tarris Reed. Here's solo ball who jacks up the 3. Splash. Trifectas. It's nothing but net. He delivers. 21-16 Huskies. This game's got some pace to it right now. Solo ball and all conference second team selection this year in the Big East. And this will take us to timeout on the floor here. 9:53 left to go in this opening half of action as we got shots starting to drop here. UConn leads 21-16. Oh, I didn't see that today. Wow, so that's so sad. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well if you guys would like to be notified here for future live streams on the channel. Arizona about to beat Akron by a landslide. Arizona got their points, Akron did not. 93-65. That game was not close. Late night window tonight, 3 games yet to tip off. Xavier taking on Illinois at 9:57. Going to tip off in around 5 minutes. Top of the hour, Bryant will take on Michigan State. The Bryant Bulldogs on the North Smith Field, Rhode Island. The lowest seed remaining in the first round, looking to do the unthinkable and beat Michigan State. One of my good friends put $10 on Bryant tonight to see if they can come through. And then Liberty takes on Oregon. So there's an 11-6 matchup, but 15-2 and a 12-5. that'll wait, and that's it. And then this matchup is a 9 versus 8. Also, Celtics are playing the Jazz right now, 24-16 Celtics. Looks like Jaylen Brown's not playing. Of course, this is March Madness, so we are locked in March. Nothing better than a weekend jam-pack here for college basketball. Yeah, I saw that. We just reached 27.4 subs. That's awesome. I remember, I think it was 1 year ago from today, the Houston-Texas A&M game last year. That one, I got 25K on. That was a crazy game last year. All right, about to get back to action there. I just set it over to you, Jason. 5-point lead for UConn. Kind of lonely at the bottom tier of the SEC. All those teams have evaporated besides Arkansas. Arkansas able to battle their way back and beat Kansas yesterday, but the rest of the other teams wiped away in the first round. No Vanderbilt, no Georgia. Mizzou lost against Drake. Mississippi State lost today. So we come back to action. 21-16, Oklahoma with possession. Sooners moving that ball around. On top with Goodine. Goodine drives inside the paint and missed the layup. UConn tried to take the charge, couldn't do so. Play continued though. 7 players have already scored right now for UConn. Aiden Mahaney. Off to the top. Diarra, bounce pass. McNeely back into the hands to Diarra. Diarra over to McNeely at the top. 6 in the shot clock. McNeely finds Diarra. Not spacing out the floor this possession here. UConn's going to go. 3 in the shot clock. Diarra, jumper, mid-range. Off the back rim, no good. Tipped up in the air. Offensive rebound right back to UConn as number... That's 20... Or yeah, it's number 10. Yeah, Hassan Diarra was the one going up. He got clobbered. He got clobbered there on the rebound. Yeah, Diarra got knocked into by in between Goodine and number 7, Dayton Forsythe for Oklahoma. And Dan Hurley pleading his case to the officials there. He thought he initially got fouled on the shot before that. UConn right now leads the rebounds 12-6. Hey, what's good, Anastasia? Welcome in. Thanks for joining in. I'll see, I might need a, yeah. Corner jumper by UConn. He misfire. This ball gets deflected out of bounds and it's off the Huskies here. So Oklahoma going to have it back. Down by 5 for the Sooners. Skip pass at the corner. Forsythe. Spin cycle. Low block over one defender. Forsythe gets fouled by Mahaney. And 2 free throws coming up here for Oklahoma. What's good, Drake on the Jake on the street? Welcome in, and Anastasia, welcome in. I took UConn for this one. Dayton Forsythe, the first year, shooting free throws. First one's good. Yeah, this would be pretty sad here if UConn loses this game. Oklahoma went just 6-12 in their conference. 21-18. UConn's yet to get to the free throw line so far today. Hassan Diarra across the floor finds McNeely. McNeely directing traffic, dribbles back out. Mahaney at the top, slides it off to his left to Diarra. Diarra looking to turn the corner, kick out to the corner. Corner three here for UConn off the back rim, no good. Missed by Mahaney. And Oklahoma with a defensive rebound. Oklahoma will slow it down. Kobe Ellis working on McNeely. Crossover. Ellis, top of the free throw circle. Entry pass down low. Bouncing bodies with Muhammad Waggy, and Waggy commits the travel. Hey, there you go. Thanks for joining the Discord there, Bryce. Xavier, Illinois, that tipped off. Xavier up 3-0. North Carolina got eliminated. Xavier looking to see if they can be that play-in team that advances on to the next round. Eight minutes left to go before halftime. UConn back with the basketball. Solo ball. Off to Johnson. Handoff. Diarra. Diarra drives. Attacks the paint. Gets fouled. There'll be free throws coming up after the timeout. 7:50 left to go in the first. This game's really cooled off compared to where we were starting. We had a lot of baskets early on, a lot of fast pace, but this has really just cooled off and the pace has slowed down completely. 21-18, UConn by 3. Got to give props to Oklahoma. Looked like they were going to get smashed right out of the gate. I think it was 9-2 when we started off this game, and all of a sudden it's a 3-point game. Doesn't feel like it's a 3-point game because Oklahoma has basically one guy doing half the scoring. Jeremiah Fears, 9 points. Everybody else with 3, 2, or 0. UConn with a lot of good balance. 7 different scores right now for the Huskies. Liam McNeely, 5 points, and then 4 points by Taris Reed. Everybody else 3, 2, or 0. If you're new on the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ring the notification bell as well if you'd like to be notified for future live streams. And a quick message here from our sponsor. This stream is sponsored by BetUS, where you can bet on this season's sports action with BetUS. It's an A+ rated sports book which has been running since 1994, available in all 50 U.S. states. With BetUS, you can bet on your favorite sports teams, players, and sporting events. And for new sports bettors, go to the BetUS website. You'll receive a 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits of up to $2,000. Use my BetUS channel link, which is posted in the description of the video and pinned into the chat to get started, or you can click the QR code at the bottom corner of the screen. So check out my sponsor, BetUS. The link is posted in the description of the video, pinned in the chat to get started, and it's got a QR code at the corner. BetUS has been changing the game for over 30 years. So Dale's got UConn, Michigan State, Xavier, and Liberty today. Oh, I think I had 2 different. That's why. Interesting. All right, so 7:50 left to go in the first as we get back to action. So I believe I got you right there, Jason. Both of the free throws go by UConn. 23-18. Scoring drought for Oklahoma lasts 2.5 minutes. I think I had 2 different versions on there. That's probably why. So my phone updated recently. UConn collected the defensive board. Straightaway 3. McNeely, no good off the back rim. A rebound collected by Fears, and Fears got fouled. For Discord, that's very odd. Yeah, I think it's usually like email or so, usually, for Discord. Huh. Unless you're on the app, I don't know why it has phone number. I remember when I signed up a couple of years ago, it was the email that I had to go through to sign up. Yeah, that's going to be a really good matchup. I like BYU in that game. BYU's red hot recently, but it wouldn't shock me Wisconsin takes that game. I think that one's close. The Xavier-Illinois game's really interesting. I took Xavier in that one. Oklahoma off the inbound, just turned it over. UConn up the floor here with solo ball. Finds Diarra, bounce past Johnson, top of the key. Samson Johnson looking for somebody to get open. He finds Diarra. Diarra, 15 on the shot clock. Diarra dribbles up, drives, up fake underneath. Swings it outside to McNeely. McNeely, 8 on the shot clock. McNeely now down to 5 of the shot clock. 1-on-1. McNeely jacks up a contested 3. No good off the back rim, and the rebound gets controlled by Oklahoma. Nobody can score right now. Oklahoma in transition, and that should have been a travel. UConn signaling travel. No call to the refs. And Oklahoma lost it, bobbled it. It was McNeely who last touched it, though. Yikes. This is going to be a sloppy game right now. Nobody can score. And it's like they got ample opportunities. Oklahoma had a full court outlet that one of their players jumped up for, and off the jump up, he couldn't regain his footing and lay it up and in. He was turned away from the hoop. Yikes. Inbound here for Oklahoma. Left baseline dribble slipping right past the defense. They blew the open layup. Rebound secured here for UConn. Caravan brings up the floor. Push pass over to the wing. Solo ball. Moves it off to the free throw circle. Hassan Diarra. And we got a player who's down for UConn that lost his shoe. So the official stop time, there was a shoe lying in the floor in the middle of the key. So the referee stopped time for that number 5. Got shoved down. That's a foul too. That's a foul by Glenn Taylor, number 35, as he shoved Tarris Reed, who lost his shoe in the paint. McNeely out to the wing, a 3, missed off the mark, no good by Solo ball. Scramble for the rebound, and Oklahoma able to get it. Glenn Taylor picked up the defensive board. Oklahoma on a 4-minute and a plus scoring drought. He couldn't finish at the rim. Jeremiah Fears from point-blank range, no good. UConn's lucky to be up right now. That's back-to-back missed layups, uncontested. And UConn finally scores down low. Uncontested layup in the paint. It's Tarris Reed Jr. who scores. Sloppy game right now, 25-18. A lot of dribbling by the Sooners. And Hassan Diarra picks up the reach and foul. Yeah, there's way too much dribbling going on right now, and not much passing. Both of these teams are not going to go far if they keep on playing like they are right now. Fears underneath the hoop, the inbound passer. Fears moves it off to Ellis. Kobe Ellis towards his left around the perimeter. Ellis has it on top here. Ellis, one-on-one. Pass it off to a cutter, backdoor, bobbled out of bounds was Oklahoma. It's a turnover. Luke Northweather having butterfingers with the basketball. Jeez. This is a pretty poor game. Clumsy basketball right now. 5 turnovers by Oklahoma, just 2 by UConn. Aiden Mahaney off the ball. Solo ball at the right wing perimeter. Hand off to McNeely. Outside finds Mahaney, the St. Mary's transfer. Top of the key with Terrace Reed. Reed dribbles up, drives, bouncing bodies inside the paint. Stripped, lost it out of bounds. Turnover UConn. Oh my goodness. Anybody want to show up and play this game right now? Because nobody is looking like they're going to play basketball today. This is the 2-time defending champions, how they're playing. Yikes. They're lucky to be up by 7. This Oklahoma team cannot score outside of Jeremiah Fears. He's got 9. The rest of the team with 18. As Fears missed the layup again off the glass. Deflected out of bounds off the Huskies. Pretty sad for Oklahoma. Xavier, Illinois tipped off an hour and a half later, and Illinois has more points than Oklahoma on the scoreboard. That game still has 12:40 left to go. This game has 4:45 remaining. Oklahoma finally reaches 20. 25-20 now. Aiden Mahaney at the top. Mahaney working on number 7, Dayton Forsythe, a freshman. That's a mismatch. Bounce pass over to the elbow. Jab step, spin cycle. Terrace, Reed inside. Eats up the post for 2. 27-20. And Porter Mosier will burn his first time out in the night. UConn by 7. If UConn's clicking even more, they'd be dominating. They'd be up by double digits. Oklahoma very, very lucky to at least be hanging in this game currently. Alright, so we take the time out right now. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. This has just been a very odd game. Started off UConn controlling this game, scoring. Oklahoma was a mess to begin, and a lot of turnover issues early on. Looks like they're playing with a lot of jitters out there, and now it's just been Oklahoma's blowing every single layup that they have. This should be much closer than 7. Oklahoma honestly could have the lead. Oklahoma's missed multiple open layups. 7 for 21 shooting, 2 for 8 from 3 for Oklahoma. It's basically been one guy. That's it. Jeremiah Fears, 9 points. Everybody else with 3 or less. Terrace Reed with 8. Everybody else with 5 or less for UConn. UConn spread out the scoring, though. 7 different players have scored. Illinois up against Xavier, 21-17. Bryant and Michigan State just started. So that would be the only chance for like a massive upset tonight is Bryant over Michigan State. So they just jumped it up. Michigan State just missed their first shot from the floor. Bryant plays with the 7th fastest pace in the nation, and Bryant just sunk in a 3. 3-0 for the Bryant Bulldogs out of North Smithfield, Rhode Island. Bryant plus 17.5 is what I took today for the spread. One of my good friends actually bet money line on Bryant. So we get back here, 27-20, UConn leads. Those late night window games are really weird. UNC Wilmington gave Texas Tech a pretty good fight last night, and UNCW covered a spread in that game. Dribble handoff. It's Jeremiah Fears. Kick out to the baseline. Deep 2. Jumper. No good by Forsyth. And UConn collects the rebound. Down to 4 minutes left to go. Aiden Mahaney at the March Madness logo. Slides it off to his right to Jalen Stewart. Top of the key Caravan. Push pass to the middle. Outside, UConn works with the basketball. Caravan, 10 on the shot clock. Caravan backs his way inside the key. Caravan, and he gets called on the travel. Too many steps. I want to see Caravan more off the catch, with him being a shooter like he's always been. That's what he was known for in the championship team from 2 years ago. He was more the perimeter spark guy, him and Jordan Hawkins, and then last year he took a step up last season, but I mean, he's more like being part of the offense more as a ball handler this year. But in terms of a back your way to the basket guy, I would like to see more of like a physical, empowering presence right there, and Caravan to be like that perimeter threat more so. We head to the timeout, 27-20 UConn. Yeah, this game is really frustrating. Nobody can score. Bryant's up 5-0 against Michigan State. Illinois leads Xavier 23-17. Yeah, Bryant's trying to be the next MTSU out here. I was very close to working with Bryant. They reached out to me last year, trying to get me to call a game, but unfortunately I had another game scheduled with another team, so I told them I wasn't able to do that for that day because I already got booked up and scheduled. (5-0) Bryant, and Michigan State's missing free throws at the line. This is a very weird game. 10 o'clock time slot. Anything could happen. Especially when you're not used to a 10 p.m. tip-off time. Like if you're a team like Michigan State. Bryant's out here just with nothing to lose for. You got Earl Timberlake on your team that was a Power 5 transfer out of Miami. He's played over 150 games in his collegiate career. Anything could happen when you get a player that's a fifth-year senior on your team, a top 100 recruit, and he's played over 150 collegiate games. Bryant, offensive rebound for them. And Michigan State just stole it away. 5-1 Bryant. Michigan State buries a 3, make it 5-4. All right, so back to this one right now. 27-20, 3:45 left to go. Both head coaches must not be pleased about their team. UConn cannot buy a 3 to save their lives. 3 for 13 from 3. Right out for Dan Hurley's Florida dominated Norfolk State. Oklahoma's got one field goal that they've made in the last 6 minutes and 45 seconds and counting. The Sooners dribble, drive, penetrate the paint. They blew the layup. Missed it was Jalen Moore. UConn going the other way. 3.5 left. Top of the key, Mahaney. Mahaney towards his right around the perimeter. Mahaney's guarded by Jeremiah Fierce. Mahaney towards his left. Slides it over to Solo Ball. Jacks up the three. Swoosh. It's a 10-point lead for UConn. Oklahoma needs to start getting buckets or this game is going to be really, really soon finishing up if they can't get anything. Fears, fall away, fouled. 2 free throws coming up for the freshman. Jeff, welcome back in. Tomorrow I'm hoping to cover Houston against Gonzaga tomorrow. So I'm going to do one stream tomorrow. I'm out throughout most of the day tomorrow, and I still get stuff to work on. So I'm going to do at 8:40 p.m. tomorrow night, Houston and Gonzaga. First shot's good by Fears. Jeremiah Fears is basically the team right now for the Sooners. 10 total points for him. He's got almost half the points. Second free throw gets the bounce. He's got 11. So he now has got half the points. 11 out of 22. What's good, Ward? Welcome back in. Bryant right now has the lead 7-6 against Michigan State. Bryant's led that entire game. Under 3 minutes left to go in the first. Solo Ball. Top of the key. Lost it. Turnover. It's a steal by Bryson Goodine. Goodine at the low block. And he gets fouled. They're in the bonus. So Oklahoma in the bonus here. Shooting in the 1-and-1 with Bryson Goodine. Illinois up by 1 against Xavier. 23-22. 9 minutes left in the first. You never know what you're going to get out of Illinois. That team's got a couple first years, but they're really good players. They shoot a ton of threes. Free throw is no good. Goodine missed the 1-and-1, and McNeely collected the defensive board. This is just a really odd game right now. Both of these teams with not much traction, not much momentum. Mahaney, bounce pass to McNeely, handoff to Johnson. Johnson, handoff around the perimeter. Diarra almost stumbled with it. Dribble, handoff McNeely, lob over the top, and it went around the rim and out. They were looking for the alley-oop. Instead, it went off the rim. A huge deflection there by UConn. Wasn't clean. And we'll have 2 free throws here at the line for Jalen Moore for Oklahoma. Oh, goodness. This has been just a rough game right now. Like, nobody can make shots. Physical games, but the body control is not good. Both of these teams can't finish at the rim. Oklahoma buries the first free throw. Only way that Oklahoma's come on back in this game, they're making their free throws. They've got 24 points, or 23 points right now. 7 out of the 23 has been at the free throw line. It's almost a third of the points have been free throws. Second one's good, 24. 30-24. I've got Duke, Florida, Michigan State, and Houston is my final 4. 2:10 left. UConn with the ball. Mahaney, bounce pass on top. Caravan sets up Samson Johnson, not a three-point shooter. He was left wide open. Handoff Mahaney, 8 on the timer. Runner, no good off the mark by Mahaney. Huge collision, oh my goodness. Aiden Mahaney is down. Holy fuck. Damn. He missed the runner, trying to go up for the rebound, and then, damn. That's all over again. Steph Curry from last night. R.J. Davis did the exact same thing in the North Carolina game, and then Aiden Mahaney just went down hard on his tailbone, but he is up. Tough dude right there. He is up and on to the next play. That is the third time we've seen a player with just a major impact on the floor throughout the last 24 hours. The same exact look that Steph Curry had yesterday with his pelvic injury. 5 of the shot clock here for UConn. Mahaney, tough soldier on the floor. A 3, misfired, no good by McNeely. And Samson Johnson going up for the rebound, got fouled. So this will be bonus free throws here for UConn. Samson Johnson is at the free throw line. So this is the guy that you do not want at the free throw line. He does have, he's got 2 points, 3 rebounds for Samson Johnson, but the guy that you do not want at the charity stripe. The free throw is good on the first one. There you go, proving me wrong. Right there, that's a big free throw. This does not seem like a 7-point game. It's very weird. Just a very odd game so far. Second free throw. Swoosh. Those are 2 critical free throws that the big fella just hit. 4 for 4 at the free throw line for UConn. They're 10th in the country in free throws. Oklahoma's 1 for their previous 9 shot attempts from the floor. Minute 20 left to go before halftime. Pass inside and a UConn foul. This Oklahoma team is going to try to bait you as much as possible and get to the free throw line. Oklahoma tonight, 2 personal fouls by Duke Miles. Everybody else with 1 or 0. UConn, a little bit more for personal fouls. 2 each by Hassan Diarra, Solo Ball, and Terrace Reed Jr. Muhammad Waggy, 1-1 bonus. St. Mary's would have to have a master class of a coaching game for them to do that, because the physicality level is all Alabama there. Alabama would have to play a terrible game for St. Mary's to beat them. They would have to have Alabama beat themselves up, because Alabama has athletes on their team. St. Mary's, they're strong. They got some big dudes in their team, but physicality-wise, that could be a tough one for St. Mary's. Missed free throw in the bonus for Oklahoma. They're 9 for 11 at the free throw line. UConn's perfect 4 for 4. McNeely sends it on top. Handoff to Liam McNeely. Off to his right. Final minute left to go before half. Caravan back to McNeely for the shot clock. McNeely dribble, drive, penetration inside the paint, off balance. Missed off the glass. Offensive rebound by Johnson. Couldn't get it off in time. That's a shot clock violation. Dan Hurley, he ain't going to be pleased going into halftime right now. Camera is right now on Dan Hurley, and yeah, he's trying to guide his team here. The final 45 seconds. Not a good Huskies performance. It's correction on the score. It's a 7-point game. 32-25. Sooners have it at the wing. Jeremiah Fears, skip pass, left corner, big time 3. They couldn't make it. Missed off the mark by Bryson Goodine. And a huge collision on the floor between McNeely and Mohamed Waggy. And that's on McNeely. That's UConn's 10th as a team here. Gee. These fouls, you got to watch out for the Huskies. They're in the double bonus now. And Dan Hurley's going to talk things over. Timeout taken with 28.9 seconds left. Huh. This has been a painful game. We've got massive scoring droughts in this game. We got basically free throws. This game is basically free throws right now. 9 of 25 points have been from free throws for Oklahoma. That's over a third of the team's scoring right now has been at the free throw line. And then after that, one guy has scored 11 with Jeremiah Fears. The number 2 scorer is himself 3 points. UConn, 7 different players have scored. 8 points by Tyrus Reed Jr., 6 by Solo Ball, 5 by Liam McNeely. Caravan with only 2. UConn shooting 4 for 15 from 3. Lucky that the defense showed up. Oklahoma, 29% from the floor. One thing's for sure is that whoever wins this game, Surly, based on how they're playing, ain't going to have a competition against Florida if they're playing like this. Both of these teams are out here beating each other up, and y'all be lucky if there's enough guys for them to have on the floor to play Florida by this rate. By all the fouls that we've got going on. Mohamed Waggy at the free throw line shooting in the double bonus 2 free throws. First one he makes. Oklahoma ranks top 40 in the country in free throw attempts for them. Illinois up against Xavier 33-27. Illinois got more points than UConn and Oklahoma, which both of the teams have on the scoreboard. Oklahoma split the free throws. And that game tipped off a half an hour later than this one. This game tipped off at 9:25 or 9:32. That game tipped off at around 10. UConn back with possession. Final possession to close out the end of the first half. 17 combined fouls in this first half. McNeely, lob over the top. Mistimed the lob, went off the top of the glass. Deflected back. A heave at the horn and a prayer. Missed off the mark by Caravan. And we close out going to halftime. And this was a pathetic first half for both teams. UConn Huskies, Dan Hurley cannot be pleased with what he's seeing right now. They're lucky that they have a 6-point lead. They're lucky that Oklahoma has played worse than how they played. Man, this has been a disastrous game. All these other games have been great in the tournament, but for two teams to play like Clemson did yesterday, that's terrible. Both of these teams are playing the same game that Clemson played yesterday, and both of these teams don't look like they want to be winning this game. That was a bad first half. If you're new to the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well if you guys would like to be notified for future live streams on the channel. Hit us up in the chat who you guys like to win here. We got Oklahoma or UConn. Liberty, Oregon just tipped off. Oregon looking really good right now, 11-2. Never bet against Dana Altman. He's 9-0 in his last 9 NCAA tournaments as Oregon leads 13-2. Bryant, Michigan State tied up 12-12. That's a concern for Michigan State. Just 12 points in the first 8+ minutes. Illinois up by 5 over Xavier, 35-30. A lot of points in that game. Wow. That's, yeah, the NCAA selection committee did a disservice for Liberty, sending them out to the West Coast, having them playing a 10 o'clock start time tonight. Certainly not helping out Liberty. Jackson Shellstead, he's from Westland, Oregon. Kind of Peyton Pritchard-like, same as that town that Peyton Pritchard grew up. They get a really good player for the future for the program. He's now a sophomore. (13-2) Oregon in their game. Michigan State Bryant on a timeout in a tie game at 12. And Illinois Xavier on a timeout, 35-30 Illinois. We're at halftime. What's good, Zach on the street? Welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, really easy road for Auburn to get there. It's kind of the region that it's really just up for grabs with question marks out there in that whole left side of the bracket, the upper left region. You got kind of the unreliables out there. Michigan State, Texas A&M is in that bracket. UC San Diego almost was able to beat Michigan yesterday. Michigan had made a 3, and they stepped out of bounds, but the referees didn't see it and they counted it. So Michigan, the difference, they won by 3 last night. Ole Miss, Iowa State. Ole Miss is the sleeper team out of this region as a 6 seed. They take on an injured Iowa State team next. New Mexico at 10, upset Marquette. Could cause complete haywire if Bryant wins this game. Is there a way I can stream OBS on mobile? I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Michigan State just had a bad turnover. They mistimed the lob out in transition, and they turned it over. So Michigan State up 14-12, though. Bryant, 0 turnovers. Michigan State, 3 turnovers. Bryant, the number 7 team in pace in the country, speeding up Michigan State right now. Illinois just bricked a 3. Illinois leads by 5 against Xavier, and Illinois just turned it over. This Xavier team's been resilient. Came back by double digits, beat Texas in the playing game. For webcams, I can recommend you webcams. I got the Logitech. It's Logitech 1080p that I have. I know they have it at Staples, I'm pretty sure. I got it last year around $60 or so. Yeah, funny thing, it was a year ago actually that my camera broke. My camera started freezing up. It was the stream last year, Texas A&M in Houston, that I got 25,000 subs, the 25,000 sub stream. Yeah, my camera kept on freezing up, and it happened to be a short in the cord for my camera. And I went out and got another webcam, the same thing. So it's worked really well. The first webcam, the one that had the short in the cord, lasted me 5 years. And I've used this one, the newer one, ever since right now. Bryant's taking it right to Michigan State, 14-14. Earl Timberlake. This is the collegiate journey of Earl Timberlake. Number 30 recruit in the class of 2020 for Earl Timberlake. Starts off his collegiate career at Miami as a first year. Plays just 7 games. Transfers off to Memphis. Sophomore season at Memphis. Starts 11 games, averages just 4 points per game. Transfers to Bryant. 3-year starter at Bryant, averages 13, 14, and 15. With a team high 4.7 assists per game this year and a league high 37 minutes at Bryant. 5th-year senior, he's played over 125 games in his collegiate career. And he is the team leader of this Bryant Bulldogs, who are right now up by 1. Bryant leads 16-15 against Michigan State. One of my friends bet Bryant on the money line straight up today. And it was for plus 10,000. Rocket Ship 3. The Bryant Bulldogs out of North Smithfield, Rhode Island, have a 19-15 lead. Bryant is controlling this game. They play the number 7 fastest paced tempo in the nation. Bryant, ridiculous 3. No good off the back rim. They're trying to be like Marshall from 6 or 7 years back when they upset Wichita State in the tournament. Marshall was pulled up from 30 feet and sinking 3s. By the way, Oregon Liberty, that game's a blowout. Hopefully you took Oregon and did not bet against Dana Altman in the first round. He's 9-0 at 9-0 in his last 9 tries in round 1. It's 18-2 Oregon. Season journey for Bryant. They started off 6-9. Got themselves a nice win over D3 Dean College out of the GNAC, 105-63 from Franklin, Mass. But Bryant right now looking to shock the world. It's not about how you start, it's all about how you finish. 6-9 start, wins over Buffalo, Delaware, Tennessee State, Drexel, and then 2 D3 wins over Dean out of Franklin, Mass, and then Vermont State University, Johnson, 122-63. So they got 2 D3 wins. VTSU Johnson out in the North Atlantic Conference. And then their out-of-conference, non-conference losses came against some of these teams in the bracket. They lost at St. John's 99-97. If you've been in my streams, I've been referencing that game a lot. They played solid 27 minutes with St. John's. They were down 56-53 with 13 minutes left to go in the second half against St. John's. The question is, they know they could play St. John's the full 27. Do they have what it takes to play the full 40 here tonight against Michigan State? Bryant lost that game at St. John's 99-97 at Carnesecca Arena on December 11th. Bryant lost to Fordham in a neutral court site 86-84. Fordham fired their head coach today. And then Bryant lost to Towson and Grand Canyon, a team in the field which got smashed by Maryland. The score to that game was 112-66. Anarchy? Nope, it's just college basketball. Bryant's up 19-17 against Michigan State with 8 minutes left before half. Xavier, Illinois getting interesting too. 37-33 Illinois with 2:20 remaining before half. Bryant had losses in the non-conference slate against Siena in overtime. Lost to St. Bonaventure in a road match. Lost at Chattanooga. St. John's, Fordham, Towson, Grand Canyon. And then 2 other losses, which I'll talk about right here. 2 of the teams that I work with their athletic programs. Big shout out Stonehill. Going back to Stonehill this upcoming Sunday for a baseball game. Bryant lost at Stonehill in Easton by 1. So they lost to Stonehill 67-66. And then Bryant, big shout out to Brown, lost their in-state game against Brown 76-75. So those are the 2 teams that I work with. I do a lot of good stuff over at Brown for ESPN Plus for broadcast for them. And also do a lot of good stuff over in the NEC Front Row for their broadcast stuff at Stonehill. The ironic part about that is that both of those losses were by 1 point to the 2 teams that I work with. And then after that, once they started off 6-9, they've gone in this gigantic winning spree right now with 3 different winning streaks, multiple wins. 6-9 start. They're 17-2 in their last 19. (18-2) Oregon. Illinois up against Xavier, 37-33. Xavier, number 7 free throw shooting team in the country, just missed the free throw. I saw that. I just went on ESPN and saw that he passed. Celtics lead the Jazz 60-51. Porzingis got himself 21 at halftime. (18-4) Oregon. Oregon with an opening kill shot in this game that's basically unrecoverable from. Yeah, that's unlike Xavier. They go 0 for 2 at the free throw line for Xavier. Man, poor Liberty. That game's not even close. They've been in the bracket quite a while, though, for Liberty. They gave Cade Cunningham and Oklahoma State a run for its money. That was the first-round matchup coming out of COVID in 2021. Man, Bryant playing tough. 3 blocks, 3 turnovers forced for Phil Martelli Jr. squad. What a statement this would be to put their team on the map here. North Smithfield RI for Bryant. I mean, this is a big mark right now. No major upsets in this tournament. The last team to see if they can, like, shock the world and stun the world. A lot of people on Michigan State going to the Final Four. 20-6, Oregon leads against Liberty. Liberty just scored. Yeah, what indeed a game it's been. More so for Bryant, Michigan State. Illinois just buried a 3 at the buzzer, 40-35 to go into halftime. It's Kyron Boswell who just drilled the 3 to Arizona transfer. So right now we're at halftime. Thanks for patiently waiting here. We'll be back in a little bit for the second half. Just watching some of the other games going on right now at the moment. But yeah, really sloppy first half between Oklahoma and UConn here. Liberty's starting to get going. Heading to the free throw line coming up, shooting 2, 22-6 Oregon. Stoppage in the game between Bryant and Michigan State. 19-17, Bryant leads. Looks like there's mop cleanup crew on the floor for something that spilled along the hoop. And then Illinois goes into half up against Xavier by 5, 40-35. Dan Hurley cannot be pleased on what happened in the first half. UConn could not drill a 3 to save their lives. Oklahoma, just a bad game. A lot of missed shots at the rim. Oklahoma shooting 29% in the first half. UConn shooting just 39%. UConn 4 for 15 from 3. Oklahoma 2 for 10 from the perimeter. Oklahoma scored more than a third of their points at the free throw line. 10 free throws they've made, and then 11 points have been scored by Jeremiah Fierce. So if you take into account Jeremiah Fierce, the top player on the floor in free throws, that's combined for 21 out of the 26 total points so far for Oklahoma. And then everybody else responsible for 5 combined from the rest of the team. Or everything else is 5 combined field goals from the rest of the team for total points. So it's only 2 other field goals made by anybody else that's not named Jeremiah Fierce. Jeremiah Fierce 3 for 6 from the floor. Oklahoma had nobody else make more than 1 field goal. So Jeremiah Fierce 3 for 6 shooting. Duke Miles 1 for 2. Bryson Goodine 1 for 5. Glenn Taylor 1 for 1. Kobe Ellis 1 for 1. Mohamed Waggy 0 for 1. Jalen Moore 0 for 5. Luke Northweather 0 for 0. And then Dayton Forsythe 0 for 1. Jeez, yeah, that's who I saw heading to the locker room was Timberlake. So that's why they had to stop the time, jeez. Woof. Then if he can't return, then most likely that's going to be tough for Bryant. 21-19 Bryant. It's been the 9-year anniversary of Michigan State and MTSU. 15-2 back in 2016, 90-81. All right, we're going to get back to action here in our game finally as we come back from the halftime huddle. Yeah, UConn was dreadful from 3. Oklahoma needs other players to step up if they want to have any sort of chance at this one. Jeremiah Fears, 11 points. Rest of the team with 15. And most of those points were scored at the free throw line to the rest of the team and not made field goals. Fears with 3 out of the 7 made field goals by Oklahoma in the first half. They shot 7 for 24 from the floor in the entire first half. So Fears has 11. Terrace Reed Jr. leads UConn with 8. And hopefully just a better second half. That first half was not clean. Winner of this game will take on Florida, and whoever wins this game is going to have a rude awakening if they play like that. Caravan at midcourt near side, the inbound passer. He sends it to the backcourt off to McNeely as we are underway and start off the second half of action. Left to right here on the floor for UConn, white jerseys. Dark blue numbers, dark blue letters. Oklahoma with a crimson uniforms, white numbers, white letters. Top of the key, Diarra moves it off to Caravan down low. Caravan get a shot attempt blocked. Oklahoma looks to push it here to run out. Up the floor for the Sooners, attacking the paint. Left it high off the glass, misfire by Jalen Moore. And a putback chance here as we got bodies colliding on the floor. It's on McNeely. 2 free throws coming up for Fears. Same old second half. Or no, check that. That's on Solo Ball. Yes, Solo Ball diving for that loose ball was there first and committed a foul. So that's on Solo Ball. 2 shots here by Fears. First one's good. Jalen Stewart will check in to replace Solo Ball. Second free throw is good. We got a game. 32-28. If you're from the U.S., this game is on CBS. Or, no, it's on TNT. So, TNT. CBS has Xavier, Illinois. Bad pass by Caravan. That's a veteran mistake. It leads to the easy layup by Fears. The freshman steals the pass attempt by a very, very just polished vet. A bad move there for a junior. 2-point game all of a sudden. Oklahoma coming rejuvenated out of the timeout huddle. Handoff, 3 in the air, straight away, swoosh. UConn gets one. Jalen Stewart, top of the key, rips down the 3. Here we go. Finally, we got shots being made. Jalen Stewart, first 3 of the game, giving the team a spark off the bench for the Huskies. Handoff, quarter 3, Oklahoma, no good. Skipped around the rim and out, missed by Duke Miles. And the rebound gets ripped away here by Stewart. Jalen Stewart bringing signs of life to his team right now. UConn with the ball. Hassan Diarra towards his right around the perimeter. Diarra, 18 on the shot clock. Off to McNeely. McNeely, step back three. Missed it off the rim short. The follow through is there by Samson Johnson. 7-point lead for the Huskies. Big boys starting to play big boy basketball right now. Oklahoma with the ball. +2 in the offensive glass. 8-6 for UConn. Jeremiah Fears at the top of the key. He is guarded by Caravan 1-on-1. Fears switched here off the double team. Pocket pass in the middle. Bounce pass underneath the hoop. Leads the two and a flush by the Sooners. Jalen Moores, they're able to expose and break down the zone defense. 5-point game all of a sudden. Some pressure displayed in the backcourt. UConn crosses midcourt with it. McNeely inside the key, gets the shot blocked. Oklahoma going the other way. The bad foul. What the hell are you doing there, Liam McNeely? And right next to Dan Hurley, he committed the foul. Dan ain't going to be happy about that. That's just low IQ basketball. You get the shot blocked and then you reach into the backcourt. It's a very, very frustrating UConn Huskies team to watch. Liam McNeely now takes a seat on the bench. Oklahoma with possession. Skip pass, left quarter, three, no good. Halfway down, rolled around the ring of the rim and went out. Oklahoma cannot buy a three. 2 for 11 from the perimeter. Hassan Diarra, defended by Bryson Goodine. Out of the South Coast, Massachusetts, representing the whaling city of New Bedford. Mahaney, outside, off to Johnson. Back out on top, hand off to Stewart. Stewart turns the corner, lob over the top. Johnson out of position, got fouled. So an Oklahoma defender holding up Samson Johnson off the pick and roll. That gets charged to Dayton Forsyth. Inbound sails all the way to the backcourt. UConn with possession. Top of the key, Hassan Diarra. Diarra at the right wing, guarded by Forsyth. Backs his way top. Slides it over to Mahaney. Lobs it up over the top. Deflected by Oklahoma. Stole away by Oklahoma. And UConn in transition commits a foul. This is painful right now. This Huskies team just grinding out possessions here currently. So is Oklahoma. Sooners with the ball. 5-point lead for UConn. Jeremiah Fears, but a one-man show today. Fears had his strip. Fears lost it. UConn bobbled it up the floor. Back it goes to the Sooners. Bryson Goodine, bounce pass. This pass got deflected out of bounds off of Jalen Moore. Turnover by the Sooners. Who wants it more? 50-50-50 balls constantly. We got less shot attempts and more balls bouncing around hardwood right now. 8 turnovers by both of these teams. UConn with it. Top of the key, Samson Johnson. Handoff to Diarra. And a reach and follow charge to Goodine. There we go. Jay Ramirez up to 8th place. Congrats, man. Looking good for Oregon right now. 27-11 leading Liberty. Illinois leading Xavier 40-35 at halftime. Michigan State able to stretch their lead over Bryant 31-24. Looking like we may not see that 15-2 upset that we see from time to time in the bracket this year. Yeah, I heard about that. So sad. Inbound to Diarra. Hassan Diarra off to his right around the perimeter. Back to Diarra. 8 in the shot clock. Diarra moves it off to Caravan. Caravan for the shot clock. Spin cycle. Caravan jumper inside the key. Missed off the mark. No good. Having a lot of difficulty with the Sooners' physicality right now in this match for Caravan. Here goes Oklahoma attacking the paint. They couldn't finish on the layup. It was before the shot, though, occurred. We get a foul. So UConn commits a reach and foul. We'll head to the timeout on the floor. 37-32. 15:43 left to go as we head to the timeout. All right, good. At least it's competitive. Only a 5-point game. Doesn't feel like it, though. Yeah, great question. I'd say either Tatum or Brown. Though Peyton Pritchard would be pretty cool. Love the heart and hustle that dude plays with for Peyton Pritchard. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, as right now we're on a timeout here currently. Yeah, this has been a really slow game. Looking like this one might go to midnight. Gee. Jeremiah Fears, 15 points. Everybody else in single digits. Scoreboard update, Illinois over Xavier right now. 40-35 at halftime. Bryant, Michigan State. This game's close. 31-26, Michigan State. And then Oregon all over Liberty, 27-13. Yeah, I've got UConn for this one. Yeah, I'm looking at Twitter here. Earl Timberlake, the bloody forehead for Bryant. Holy smokes. Had blood gushing from the top of his head for Earl Timberlake. Oh man. Dude wanted to play through a gigantic bleed on the top of his head. They had to take the guy to the locker room, but he wanted to stay on the court. This has been a dreadful game. 38% shooting for UConn, 31% shooting for Oklahoma. It's been some good defense, but also some bad misses that these two teams have missed from point-blank range. 5-point lead for UConn, inbound for Oklahoma. Kobe Ellis has that the March Madness logo. Ellis at the top, lobs it off to his teammate down low, kick out to the wing, Forsythe, a lot of dribbling here at the baseline, Forsythe, shovel pass down low, this ball is on the hardwood, who has got it, we got a tie up, possession arrow Oklahoma. Liam McNeely scored 5 points in the first 4 minutes ever since he's 0 for 9. Yeah, kind of shocking that there's still perfect brackets out there. 31-14 Oregon. All right, here we go. Finally about to get the inbound. Oklahoma does. Far side of the floor. They lost it. It's a turnover. This is a snail race right now. My tortoise could play basketball faster than this. Gee. UConn off the inbound. Oklahoma not in transition defense, and then they finally get back as UConn had a circle around to the corner. Huskies slow it down. McNeely, top of the key. He is guarded by Forsyth 1-on-1. McNeely puts the ball into the hands of the Caravan. It's like whoever scores 50 points first is going to win this game. Diarra on top, off to Johnson. Johnson, top of the free throw circle. Handoff, solo ball. His three missed off the rim. A rebound secured by Mohamed Waggy. I thought otherwise. I thought the over was going to hit because UConn had been struggling defensively. Oklahoma had been doing a pretty good job scoring at 80 points per game team. It's not really much going on right now in this game, though, besides fouls. We can see a reach-in foul charged here to Samson Johnson, and Samson Johnson will check out, and Taris Reed will come in. Bryson Goodine heads back to the game. Jeremiah Fears will check out. That's a big loss there for Oklahoma. Going to be without Fears on the bench starting now because he is basically the only player who's been able to do stuff and score the ball in this game. 3+ minute field goal shooting drought for Oklahoma as the Sooners get the inbound. Kobe Ellis weaving his way, driving inside the paint, got blocked by Solo Ball. Got the ball back though. Completely different team from Thanksgiving. That's a contested three, which missed off the rim short by Ellis. Outlet pass ahead. UConn scores. There's a basket. It's Jalen Stewart, 39-32. Yeah, this game is dragging. 5 points for Jalen Stewart. Kobe Ellis off to the free throw circle. Outside Forsyth. Forsyth dribbles up inside the key. Forsyth lost the handle. That's a god-awful turnover. He went up for a jump shot and got all airs. The basketball left his hands. It was on the hardwood. No good at the three by Caravan. Offensive rebound control by UConn. Human dominoes hit the deck. That's an offensive foul. Oh my goodness. Bodies on top of bodies. Hopefully you ain't the small body that's on the bottom of the big body as Taris Reed pushes off on Mohamed Waggy, and Waggy takes the charge, and Reed goes down hard on top of Waggy. And Dan Hurley right now having some words animated with the officials. He is effing animated, Dan Hurley. 3 follows by Solo Ball, Taris Reed, Aiden Mahaney. 2 follows by McNeely, Johnson, and DR. UConn might not even have enough players to finish this game based on the rate that we're going off right now as Oklahoma missed the layup by Fears. Fears went down, and UConn looks to push it. Caravan out to the corner, McNeely outside the Caravan. 39-32, Johnson, top of the free throw circle. Johnson shovels it off to Diarra. Diarra dribbles up inside, floats it up over the top for Samson Johnson. He's got it, and he was fouled as well. Chance to go up by 10 as he'll have a free throw. It's a bad foul. Oklahoma not playing with their brain in this game. Northweather was the one who got overwhelmed with the physicality when he came in, and he bobbled a pass like a hot tamale. He is a major minus in the box plus minus column, being a major minus for Oklahoma. The free throw is missed by Samson Johnson. 9-point game, so no team goes up by double digits here. Oklahoma with possession. Yeah, that's a great hire there for Virginia. The interesting part about that is we see a pocket pass, layup, good, plus the foul. Oklahoma, a free throw coming up. Interesting part about Ryan Odom, he upset Virginia as the head coach for UMBC. Oklahoma was playing their best basketball back in November. This is March. You're supposed to be playing your best basketball right now, like a lot of teams are. Colorado State showed that today. Playing their best basketball right now. Oregon, red hot at the right time, playing their best basketball right now. But for Oklahoma, seems like their best basketball was months ago. Free throw is good. 41-35. Still, somehow, they're in this game. Under 13 minutes left. UConn crosses midcourt. UConn keeps on slowing it down. That allows Oklahoma's defense to get back and force misses. Got to attack here if you're the Huskies. Hassan Diarra at the left wing perimeter. Off the screen comes Karaban. Karaban been silent. Just 2 points for him this entire night for the team captain, team leader in his team. He's got championship identity. And inside the key, Johnson couldn't finish, though Johnson gets fouled. Seems like we get a foul every 15, 20 seconds tonight. Typical SEC basketball, isn't it? It's like every single time I cover an SEC stream, it's like we combine for 48, 49, 50 personal fouls. Tonight, 18 fouls by UConn and 11 by Oklahoma. It's actually UConn that's been fouling more. Oklahoma plays with a style that they bait you into foul trouble. McNeely missed the first free throw. What the hell is going on for the number 10 free throw shooting team in the country, where they've now missed 2 free throws tonight? Unlike them. They know there's a lot of pressure out here in this bracket. They're playing with a lot of pressure. They got a lot of guys that's going to be saying sayonara after the end of this weekend. When Sunday comes, it's going to be sayonara. I'm transferring here. I'm transferring here. Dan Hurley said on 60 Minutes a couple of weeks ago about 50% of his team is going to enter the transfer portal. Illinois up by 10 over Xavier, 47-37. And Oregon is smashing Liberty, 39-16. Free throw is good by McNeely. So it's a 7-point game. Still a bunch of time left to go. 12:29 left. Oklahoma with possession. Glenn Taylor. Handoff Bryson Goodine. Jalen Moore driving inside the paint over Johnson. Fouled. And more free throws coming up. And this will take us to 12:10 left. Yeah, UConn's visibly frustrated. Samson Johnson with 3 personal fouls. Gotta watch out right now for the foul trouble. If you're UConn, we got 12:10 remaining, and you got multiple guys with 3. That's not good. 3 fouls by Johnson, Ball, Reed, and Mahaney. 2 fouls by McNeely and Stewart, and then 1 by Karaban. UConn's gone through an 8-man rotation. They might not have enough tonight to play through this game. Their roster's very thin in terms of the players that they have either way. They only got 12 players listed on their roster. And Oklahoma buries both of the free throws. All of a sudden, we get a 5-point game. 42-37. Oklahoma's 15 for 18 today at the free throw line. UConn 5 for 7. Inbound in the backcourt, McNeely. 1 turnover and a made bucket by Oklahoma. If it's a turnover by UConn, just changes the entire scope of this game. Karaban has it at the top, slides it over to Johnson. Johnson looking to hand it off to somebody. They're cutting all those hands-offs. Johnson, not a field goal shooter from deep range. Hand off to Karaban. Karaban for a shot clock lob. A bad pass intercepted. There's the turnover. Oklahoma on the sprint here. 3-on-2 up the floor, and they couldn't finish at the rim. Tipped off the glass. Fight for the rebound. Oklahoma comes down with it. Sooners look to see if they can capitalize. And the runner missed off the rim short. Another offensive rebound. 3 at the wing. Bricked off the back rim, no good. And a foul. This will take us to 11:27 left to go. It's going to be 3 shots coming up at the free throw line. Bryson Goodine was fouled by Samson Johnson from behind the arc. Dan Hurley ain't going to be pleased about that. It's a 5-point game pending free throws. It will come down to 2 if Bryson Goodine can bury all 3 shots coming up after the timeout. Yeah. It does not look well for UConn to win this game right now. Samson Johnson just picked up his 4th personal foul. and we got 11:27 left. They're going to have more players follow out at the end of this game than players that are available to be on the floor. They got 12 total players listed on their roster. Samson Johnson's got 4 right now for fouls. 3 by Mahaney, 3 by Reed, 3 by Ball, 2 by McNeely, 2 by Diarra, 2 by Stewart. We got a lot of time left to go, and we're going to have players follow out at the 10-minute mark if this keeps up. Gee. What a nightmare. Or get up 39-20 over Liberty. Illinois leads Xavier 50-41. We're going to be dragging along while Illinois Xavier finishes faster than this game based on the pace that we're going. This is a terrible game. If you're doing a stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. (42-27). Still down to 11:27 left to go. UConn has not trailed in the second half of the last 11 NCAA tournament games. That includes tonight. Right now, though, Oklahoma's played a terrible game themselves, yet they're still in it. It's like both of these teams don't want to come out and win this game. UConn with the 3rd longest winning streak all time in the NCAA tournament at 12 straight tournament wins. Bryson Goodine at the free throw line. 3 shots. First one's good. Second one's good. Not the guy that you wanted to send to the free throw line if you're UConn. Goodine buries all free throws. We got a game here, 42-40. This will be pretty embarrassing if UConn lost this game. Inbound, Caravan. He's done nothing tonight. I mean, you got to get something if you're Alex Caravan right now. All that hard work, all that training in the summer that you do. You got to get something here for your team. He's got championship identity. Top of the key 3. Missed by McNeely. Offensive rebound controlled by Solo Ball. At the top to Diarra. Lob. Down low. Pivot. Darius Reed goes up. Got it. And the foul as he smashes his head on the stanchion. Darius Reed, the and one. 4-point lead for UConn. We got fouls in this game every 15, 20 seconds, it seems like. He's going to feel that one in the morning, smashing his head on the stanchion. Check the brain tomorrow day. Free throw is missed. Off the back of no good. Tipped over to Reed. Offensive rebound underneath. Caravan scores. Up it off the glass. 46-44. There's that championship identity there. The leadership of Alex Caravan. Silent game throughout most of it, but he's got 4 points now and 2 for 7 shooting. Trying to throw down a poster dunk. And he misfired by Jeremiah Fears. Oklahoma scores the putback. Slamming bodies, and Mohamed Waggy will head to the free throw line to shoot it and one. The Waggy is a big boy like the wagon. Jeremiah Fears tried to throw down a poster. Got right past, or he was over the top of Caravan. Couldn't do so, and then Caravan committed a shooting foul. Oklahoma needs to get to the paint. And they will win this game because UConn now has to play cautious. Everybody has at least 2 fouls that's played in this game for UConn. Free throw is good. Waggy puts his team winning 3. You got Fears, you got Waggy, you got Goodine. You got to get physical and attack. Be like Ant-Man when he's trying to drive through the teeth of the defense. Don't be like Ant-Man when he pulls up for a 28-footer. Be like Ant-Man with that quick first step if you're Oklahoma. Top of the free throw circle for UConn. Taris Reed looking to hand it off, finds nobody. Oklahoma's cutting off all those players. Caravan on the outside finds McNeely. Tough contested 3 off the back rim, no good. A rebound secured by Jalen Moore. Oklahoma only down by 3 with possession here. If you're Jeremiah Fears, you gotta go. Slipping right past the screen, and they lay it up and it off the backboard. It's good for 2. Dan Hurley's Huskies are really going to choke this up, aren't they? Mohamed Waggy with 7. Waggy started to take over. UConn burns a timeout. 46-45. This game is not in the recipe for UConn right now to win. They're in some deep foul trouble with multiple players. They might not have enough players to continue playing this game if they keep it up. Timeout on the floor by Dan Hurley. 9:54 left. This game is a grind. 21 personal fouls by UConn. Here's the foul trouble. 4 fouls by Samson Johnson. 3 fouls by Solo Ball, Taris Reed, and Aiden Mahaney. 2 fouls by McNeely, Caravan, Diarra, and Stewart. That's 8 guys who's played in the game. Every single one of those players has committed 2 fouls or greater. For Oklahoma, nobody's committed a 3rd foul. Everybody has 2 or less. Oklahoma's in good shape. 9 players have played, rotating the bench 1 player deeper. 12 personal fouls for Oklahoma compared to 21 by UConn. Man, you got to prepare for that style. Like, if you're UConn, first thing I'm showing your team right down to the Oklahoma stat box is that Oklahoma ranks top 40 in the country in free throw attempts, free throw makes. They get to the free throw line often. That's their strategy for Oklahoma. They attack, and they try to bait you into fouls. A lot of those SEC teams do that. Texas A&M's notorious for that. This is anybody's game right now. If you're new to the channel, keep on smashing that thumbs up. Helps this video out a ton being found on YouTube. Really appreciate everybody for being a part in the stream tonight here. Let's see. Illinois Xavier. What we got for the score in that one? Let's see. 55-48 Illinois. Leads by 7. 14 minutes left. Oregon up at the half over Liberty. 44-20. And Michigan State only up by 5 against Bryant at halftime. 33-28. Thirteen to 5 run by Oklahoma. Last 3 minutes and 21 seconds. Jeremiah Fears tonight, 15 points. He leads the way. Terrace Reed's the only player in double figures for UConn. Fears is the only player in double figures for Oklahoma. Oklahoma's already going to get that on there in the double bonus. 10 fouls by UConn with 9:54 left. That's a terrible sign. Oklahoma with 5 fouls. Inbound goes to UConn. Caravan having a lot of problems with the physicality. Hands it off to Diarra. Diarra at the edge of the midcourt logo. Diarra lobs it over to Caravan. Just 4 points on 2 for 7 shooting tonight. Terrace Reed. They try to force a tie-up. Reed was fouled. That's the 6th now for Oklahoma. That's a reach-in foul. Charge to Muhammad Waggy. The winner of this game will take on Florida, so that means Oklahoma, an SEC opponent, might take on Florida. Inbound sails all the way to the backcourt. Solo ball. On top off to Reed. This game's about a bloodbath tonight. Hand off to Diarra. Diarra slides it over to Caravan. UConn just 5 for 21 from 3. Bounce pass over to a 3-point shot. No good off the mark by Diarra. Tipped up around and the rebound collected by Oklahoma. Chance to take the lead here for the Sooners. Oklahoma at the far side corner. Dribbling around the perimeter, it's number 0, Jeremiah Fears. Bounce pass underneath to Waggy. Missed off the mark, no good. Offensive rebound, got the putback in the and one by the wagon. Mohamed Waggy as Oklahoma takes their first lead tonight, 47-46. The wagon of Mohamed Waggy been a difference maker at half number 2. Nobody for UConn able to handle the physicality, the big body, the wagon. Stunning. Stunning that UConn is the team that's overwhelmed by Oklahoma. So we see the white boys of UConn being overwhelmed by Oklahoma. Just built different. 47-46. It's the first ever deficit in the NCAA tournament since their loss to New Mexico State back in 2022. Huskies hand it off. A lot of dribbling here by Solo Ball. Deep 2, jumper, swoosh. UConn takes the lead. And there's a player down for Oklahoma, and he's injured. That is Mohamed Waggy. That's the key player who's made the comeback here. He's down right now. He gets up, though. So Mohamed Waggy gets up. I can't believe I'm saying this right now, but UConn, Dan Hurley's team is struggling with physicality. You got white guys on UConn that's struggling against the African-American guys of Oklahoma. It's as simple as that. McNeese State overwhelmed Clemson just like that. I mean, it's a different style of basketball. Got to be ready for the big boys, and there's nothing bigger and better than bloodbath SEC ball right now. UConn by 1. This is being looked at the monitor currently. If there's anything excessive here for UConn after the play was over, that's the thing. A little bit of jostling back and forth between Terrace Reed and Mohamed Waggy, and Reed with a push-off. Waggy fell down, and they're looking at this at the monitor. Illinois up by 14 over Xavier, 62-48. Michigan State leads Bryant 34-30. This game is just, it's been a mess. Start and stop here. Inbound Oklahoma, dribble drive penetration. Jeremiah Fears, backdoor missed the layup. Looking for the foul call, couldn't get it. There was a lot of contact there. Diarra up the floor, off to Solo Ball. Attacks baseline, goes up, gets fouled. 2 free throws coming up. Luke Northweather It's been a major minus for Oklahoma today. Solo Ball is going to shoot 2 shots here at the line. He's also in a bonus, but this was on the layup attempt. So we'll get 2 free throws out of it. That's Oklahoma's 7th. UConn with 10 as a team. Solo Ball 8 points tonight. First free throw is good. Got 8:26 left to go. Both of the free throws are good. 50-47. UConn by 3. 7 for 10 at the line for UConn. Oklahoma's 19 for 23. Sooners with possession. Kobe Ellis puts the ball into the hands to Jalen Moore. Jalen Moore at the top, and he got stripped, lost it. Hassan Diarra with a steal. UConn with possession. McNeely push past the outside. Caravan on top, ball floats it out to his left to Diarra. Diarra going to slow it down. So we're down to 8 minutes left to go. Diarra at the top, dribbles up, drives, downhill on Northweather. Got it blocked in a scramble for this basketball. His body's hit the deck. UConn stays with it though. Caravan at the wing. Open player at the left wing. Doesn't see him. 5 in the shot clock. Gonna have to launch with a leader. He does just that. Alex Caravan, a DNA, showing up for UConn here with a 5-point lead. 6 points by Caravan now. That's a big-time shot. AK. Ellis decided not to take the 3. Sends it over to Goodine. Goodine towards his left around the perimeter. 10 in the shot clock. Goodine circling around. Moves it back outside to Ellis. Ellis jacket up the 3. Swash. That's good from the perimeter. That's Fears number 0 who buried it. 52-50. Finally, Oklahoma can make a 3. Jeremiah Fears with 18 points. 7 of those coming in the second half. He had 11 in the first half. Finally, we got scoring starting to pick up, and there's 7 left to go. Solo Ball, runner inside the key. Got it to go. Good for 2. 4-point lead for the Huskies. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Solo Ball up to 12. Sooners with possession. Winner will take on Florida on Sunday, and they score with a left-hand layup for Oklahoma. Up and in by Jalen Moore. Carlos Apex, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. 11 points now from Moore for the Sooners. UConn with the ball. Solo Ball. At the top. Slides it off to his left. Diarra sends it out to the wing. 3, take it off the mark. No good. Missed by Ball. Rebound collected by Oklahoma. 1 player to beat. They're able to do that off a spin cycle. And a backdoor layup is good. Up and in off the backboard by Jalen Moore. 54-54. What a game. Finally, we're able to start to get runs here. Not many fouls. All about scoring right here, right now. Diarra at the left wing. Both of these teams realize that they're starting to find one another and find the matchups and find the offense. Tie game, 54 apiece as we head to the timeouts. What a battle. 5:43 left to go. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Really appreciate everybody for coming in today. I took Oklahoma plus 5.5 in the spread. I thought this is going to come down to the final possession tonight. Illinois up 66-52. Michigan State starting to stretch their lead against Bryant, 42-33. Jeremiah Fears, he's got 18, the game leader. 13 points by Jalen Moore. UConn, led by Solo Ball with 12 points. 10 points by Tyrus Reed. UConn in a lot of foul trouble. 4 personal fouls by Samson Johnson, 3 each by Liam McNeely. Solo ball, Terrace Reed, Aidan Mahaney. 3 personal fouls by Mohamed Waggy. Everybody else with 2 at 1 or 0 for Oklahoma. What's good? The Big Jer, welcome in. He's got UConn for this one. Hit us up in the chat. Who you guys think will win this game here, UConn or Oklahoma? And this has been a crazy game. It's been just start and stop, start and stop. If you're just joining in, this game has really just dragged on for a long time. Both of these teams shooting low percentage. 41% for UConn, 36% for Oklahoma. But we've had the best couple minutes, finally, a pace of play that these two teams have started to break out and find their offense. Winner will take on Florida, the 1 seed in round 2. UConn with 10-plus personal fouls. Oklahoma in the double bonus. UConn's committed 8 as a team. UConn has led for over 32 minutes. Oklahoma's led for 17 seconds. We are tied 54-54. UConn will get free throws here at the line. Solo ball. The free throw is good. In the 1-and-1, so he makes the first one. He'll have a second one. %84 free throw shooter. Could come down to free throws. UConn number 10 in the country in free throw shooting percentage. Second one's good. Championship DNA, but the back-to-back national champions. Will UConn be able to pull it off tonight here? Oklahoma with the ball. 5:35 left to go. They made their last 3 shot attempts from the floor. They were cold throughout most of this game making shots. Mohamed Waggy slides it over to the wing to Jalen Moore. Jalen Moore backs his way at the elbow. Moore floats it outside off the Fears. 6 in the shot clock. Jeremiah Fears brings along a double team. Fears 1-on-1. Working on Diarra. Jepper mid-range. Fears off the back rim, no good. McNeely collects the defensive rebound for UConn. Huskies with it, up by 2 right now as we approach the 5-minute mark left to go. Hassan Diarra outside to McNeely. Will slow down tempo. 15 on the shot clock for UConn. Hand off to Solo ball. Towards his left, back to Diarra. Diarra at the edge of the March Madness logo. 8 on the shot clock. Over to Caravan. Caravan, 5 of the shot clock. Caravan dribbles up, drives, low block. Caravan goes up, gets fouled. Alex Caravan, 2 shots coming up for UConn. This is where your team leader right now, Alex Caravan, can take his team down the stretch here. Calm, collected, and poised, representing Southborough, Massachusetts, just outside Worcester in Central Mass. 84% free throw shooter. First pair of free throws tonight by Caravan. First one is no good. Bricked it off the back rim. Second free throw by Caravan. Got it. 3-point lead right now for the Huskies. Inbound for the Sooners. Jeremiah Fears crosses the timeline. 20 on the shot clock for Fears. Lobs it on top. Waggy back to Fears. Fears attacks the paint. Fears gets fouled before the shot attempt. It's 2 free throws. Double bonus coming up here for Jeremiah Fears. 84.5% free throw shooter. 2 shots. First one's good. He's had an excellent game today for Fears. By far the leading scorer in this game. It's now 19 points for Jeremiah Fears. So he has answered any questions for the first ever tournament game for him that he has played in for the first year. Second free throw is good. 1 point game. Comes down to close games this season for Oklahoma. They played so many of those this year. Lost in the SEC tournament against Kentucky the last time they played by 1 with a half second left to go. A lot of players in foul trouble for UConn. At the right baseline, Diarra. Back-to-back champs looking to continue on in the bracket. Oklahoma looking for a stunner. Pocket pass. Caravan rolls down. And we got an offensive foul. Alex Caravan runs right over a Sooner defender. Goes right back over to Oklahoma. The wagon of Mohamed Waggy. There to put a body on the line and take the charge. Turnover. Sooners possession. Down to 4 minutes left to go. Caravan in some trouble right now with 3 personal fouls. Kick out to the corner for Oklahoma. Over to Forsyth. Dayton Forsyth circles around the key. Jumper, no good. Missed it. Short rebound controlled by Solo Ball. Ball looks to push it up the floor. Under 4 minutes left to go. Hassan Diarra has possession. Top of the key for UConn. Diarra slides it over to Caravan. Caravan, open 3. Right down the chute, delivers. Bang, a bang, a bang, a bang, a bang. By Alex Caravan. That's a big time shot right there, AK. 4-point lead for UConn. Timeout taken to the floor by Porter Moser of Oklahoma. You the man, Alex Caravan. You the man. Finally, somebody can hit a goddamn shot. It comes with 3:32 left to play. If you're new on the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. UConn in this game is shooting 6 for 24 from 3-point range. Nothing bigger than the first made 3 of the night for Alex Caravan to get him to double digits. Oklahoma. Just 3 for 14 from 3. A dreadful game shooting 16 of 46 from the floor. UConn's 22 for 52 tonight shooting. Hit us up in the chat who you guys got winning this, UConn or Oklahoma. Illinois leading Xavier 74-57. Oregon up against Liberty 47-48 now, 48-24. And Michigan State leads Bryant by 7, 49-42. Finally, we got stuff going on in this game. I got Florida in my bracket over Duke. Man, this game is dragged along. We started off at 9:30. We're over 2+ hours into this game right now with still 3:32 left in a 4-point game. This game has combined for 40 personal fouls. 24 fouls by UConn, 16 by Oklahoma. Winner will take on Florida on Sunday. Oklahoma has played Florida since they're a conference opponent. And Florida won that game 85-63. That was at Florida. Inbound back to Oklahoma. 3.5 minutes left to go. Fears puts the ball into the hands of the number 15, Duke Miles. Duke Miles to the right wing. Dribbles up towards his left around the perimeter. 15 on the shot clock right now. As he attacks inside the paint to the low block. Miles, no good. Got it blocked. Solo ball. Came up with a clean block. UConn now with the basketball. Championship level DNA about to show up here for the Huskies. It did just there in the block. The number 1 team in blocks in America. Hassan Diarra, top of the key, slides it off to his left to Terrace Reed. Handoff, Caravan comes off the screen. His 3 left off the rim, short offensive rebound. Putback is there. Good for the putback by Terrace Reed for 2. UConn leads by 6. Oklahoma, oh, nice dime behind the back. No look pass there, setting up the layup by Duke Miles. Broke down the zone defense by UConn that time for Oklahoma. Points in the paint +2 for UConn, 30-28. UConn with possession on top. Caravan. Handoff to Diarra. Diarra towards his right around the perimeter. 2:25 left to go. Top of the key solo ball. Handoff. Caravan. Caravan. Rudder inside the key. Swoosh. Alex Caravan showing up here in the late stages here, folks. Alex Caravan, calm, cool, collected right now for the team leader. Oklahoma with possession. Watch out for the drive. Crafty move to the bucket. Missed the layup, though, by Fears. And they play dodgeball out of bounds as a ricochet off Caravan. As it was saved at the baseline by Waggy. Pinned it off of Caravan and out. Jeremiah Fears, a couple times he's missed layups in this game. Last time he just blew one. That's the difference in the scoreboard. Three blown layups by Oklahoma. This, instead of a tie game, right now it's a 6-point game at the moment. Fears about to be the inbound passer underneath. Oklahoma with 2 minutes left to go. Inbound to the corner. Good eye. The corner 3. That is way off the mark. No good. Way off on that shot there by Bryson Goodine as UConn came up with the air ball. Huskies slow it down. 6-point lead for UConn in the 8v9 battle. Hassan Diarra running the point. 14 on the shot clock. Diarra towards his left around the perimeter. Working on Goodine. Over to solo ball. Back to the top. Diarra up fake. Thought about the step back. Bounce pass. Mid block. Circling his way around. A hook shot no good. Missed off the mark by Terrace Reed. The rebound tipped over to Oklahoma. Duke Miles. Inside the key. Trying to sneak around one defender. Off the glass. No good. Got fouled. That is on Reed. And Miles will have free throws. 1:19 left. Dan Hurley completely irate about that call right there. 2 free throws coming up for Oklahoma. If you're new to the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. .84% free throw shooter. Critical free throws right now. They've left 5 free throws off the board. And they've left 6. That's the first free throw that he missed at the line for Miles. That's a crusher. That is a crusher for Oklahoma. First time this group of players has gone to the tournament together. That's a crushing free throw they just missed. Second shot. Connects on it. 5-point game, minute 19 left. Terrace Reed, Samson Johnson, both with 4 fouls. Caravan, inbound, into the backcourt, over to Diarra. Got to get some more ball pressure. If you're Oklahoma right now, you're down by 5. 1:10 left to play. Diarra slows it down. Over to his right at the wing, McNeely. McNeely back to the top. It's Tarris Reed. Reed 10 on the shot clock. Oklahoma not pressuring the basketball. You're down by 5. We got 1 minute left to go. You got to do something. Get in the grill of these players. Bobble pass by UConn. They turn it over. Here goes Oklahoma. 3-on-2 up the floor. Deflected up in the air. They still got it. Gotta jack up a shot quickly. Gotta go. Too much dribbling. And there's a block from behind by Caravan. UConn comes up with a basketball. Oklahoma 8 fouling. What is this? As time keeps on going off the clock, you're down by 5, and they finally do with 29 seconds left to go. Just atrocious basketball by Oklahoma. The big U's. What the hell was that? 30 seconds went off the clock. A 6-12 team in the SEC ain't belonging in the tournament. That's the season in a nutshell right there. For a team that's 7-12 in their last 19 games. First free throw is good. McNeely will have one more. Double bonus now for UConn. Second free throw is good. Alex Caravan, final 5 minutes of this game, really showed up. That's that championship leadership identity. 66-59. The 3 by Oklahoma missed off the rim, no good. Battle for the rebound, tipped around, and it is Caravan who comes down with it with 19 seconds left as the Sooners give a foul. An all-out war in this game today. But Dan Hurley's UConn Huskies looking like they have survived this all-out war. Wasn't pretty. It was gritty. Unbelievable. This game today was really choppy. Start and stop. Every 15 seconds, there was a foul at one point in this game. First free throw was good by Caravan. I'll be back live later tonight, or later tomorrow, covering Gonzaga against Houston. If you'd like to come on back for that tomorrow night, feel free to do so. Caravan goes 1 for 2 at the free throw line. Appreciate from Mark being a part of the stream. You guys are legends here being a part of the channel. Oklahoma desperation 3 missed off the rim short. The inability to make a 3 tonight was for real for Oklahoma as UConn collects the rebound. UConn dribbles out the clock, and they're still here. The defending champions still in the tournament as they knock out the Sooners, who finished the season with 14 losses. 67-59 the final score. Oklahoma made things very interesting, very close, but still, nevertheless, UConn committed 25 personal fouls and still ended up winning this game today, as UConn was able to outbattle Oklahoma, and 2 guys showed up for the Sooners today that looked like they were playing 2v5 on the floor. Jeremiah Fierce, 20 points. Jalen Moore with 13. Everybody else had 9 or less for the Sooners. Alex Caravan showed up big final minutes of this game. He finished with 13 points. He was stuck at single digits for a long time. 14 by solo ball, 12 by Tarris Reed. The Huskies had 5 blocks for the top blocking team in America. This was a really sloppy game. Like, we had a lot of scoring droughts, a lot of fouls. Holy smokes. Good luck against Florida here for UConn, because this was very, very sloppy. Thanks all for joining in tonight, being a part of the stream for this one. We're going to close out to the channel members. All channel members get a shout out at the end of each and every single one of my live streams. We got Jason Bradley, Warren Kelly, I Am Ghost, the Naija Player, Asia Ice Baby, Katie Ogie, SGA Sports Talk, Lonely Satellite, Michael John, Norma, Jonathan, Guido, and Mark. Thanks for joining in, everybody. I'm hoping to be back live tomorrow. One stream tomorrow. I'm out throughout most of the day, but I'm hoping to be back live tomorrow night covering Gonzaga against Houston. Feel free to join back for that one. I believe it's at 8:40 p.m. Eastern Time. Enjoy the rest of your Friday, everybody. Great day here. This was my final stream of the night. The 3 streams total today. And hope to see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy your rest of the weekend here, folks.